And now, it's time for the Nailsin Ratings. Witty commentary by me, Mr. Nailsin, on all things concerning life, culture, entertainment, and whatever else the cat may drag in. Yes, the new film in the new Star Trek series, Star Trek Beyond. This will be the third of these new films. The first one was brilliant and wonderful, and a great tribute to the old series and an interesting movie in its own right. The second one, Star Trek Into Darkness, should have just stayed in darkness because it stunk. Terrible. So, hopes are high that this third film will redeem the franchise and hopefully better things will follow, because I believe I've heard that the two stars, Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto, have already signed for a fourth film. So if this one does well, there should be another one. But anyway, it's come out that the Mr. Sulu character in this version of the Star Trek story will be gay. He will come out as gay. I guess they'll have a scene where his significant other greets him. And apparently part of the story is that they've adopted a child. So, he's got his own little family there. Well, so Simon Pegg, who co-wrote this film, he plays Mr. Scott in the series, said, well, we did this as a tribute to George Takei, who played the original Sulu from the original series. And George Takei is homosexual. However, Mr. Takei himself was not all that on board with this idea. Well, here's George Takei right now. George, you were not so supportive of this. Well, not necessarily. I, of course, would be happy and quite thrilled that there would be a gay character in this new series of Star Trek. I think that would be wonderful and long overdue. However, the character of Sulu is a character that Gene Roddenberry had created, and I thought it should stay true to his original vision. I mean, it's his. Well, they're saying that this is a parallel universe, where things have changed. Yes, I understand. But however, it's still just derivative of the original, so to change it that much, I just didn't think that was appropriate for Gene's vision. Yeah, because I'm thinking like in the original movie, and if you haven't seen it by now, the spoiler alert, Captain Kirk's father dies the day Captain Kirk is born as a baby. Apparently in the original universe, he didn't. He lived to ripe old age. So apparently this one event, because of the time travel plot line of this movie, it changed everything. So this was a different universe and all that. But it's kind of odd. Why would the death of Captain Kirk's father suddenly turn Sulu gay? That's a bit odd. So, but of course we know what this is. They're playing into wanting brownie points for little awards for the LGBT community. LGBTQ. Oh, is it? Yes. All right. Well, so. Oh no, Lefty.
Look, I just can't sit here and be silent. Hello, Mr. Takei. Glad to have you. I am a co-host from the Mr. Nailsin show. I'm afraid I agree with Zachary Quinto, who is also openly gay, a member of the LGBTQ community, and plays the new Mr. Spock. And he said he's very disappointed in your reaction, Mr. Takei, because you really should understand that the necessity for showing support for the LGBT community, because they're so very oppressed. And this idea of not joining in and have a united front, well, again, was very disappointed.
Now, you listen to me. When I was a child, I was thrown into a Japanese internment camp during World War II. When I grew up, I got all these crappy little stereotypical roles that made fun of Japanese. Then all the while, I had to stay in the closet lest my career get ruined if people knew the truth that I was indeed a homosexual. So, no one's gonna tell me what the hardships of life are being a homosexual. Or being oppressed, for that matter, or being treated like a second-class citizen. So if you don't like that, you can shove it where the sun don't shine. Yeah, get out of here, Lefty. Well put, Mr. Takei, well put. especially where the sun don't shine.
Oh my.
Yeah. So, for George Takei, I'm going to award him 5 stars of the Nailsin ratings for not just being led by the nose by everybody for the PC crowd that needs affirmation every second of the day. Yes. So, I don't think you can apply homophobe to Mr. Takei. No, you can't. So, there you go. That's the Nailsin ratings for now. There will be more. I'm bringing it back. You can hear it on The Nailsin Show and elsewhere. Yes. And that was the Nailsin ratings. The views and opinions expressed by Mr. Nailsin are his and his alone, and do not express those of other entities that he may or may not be involved with. So, any complaints and/or comments should be sent to @MrNailsin on Twitter, where they'll be promptly ignored and/or blocked.
Oh my.